Well, I think that people understand Office for things like PowerPoint, Word, Excel, and they get that we've added SharePoint into the mix and we can enable these cool kinds of collaboration. But what they don't see, or they're not getting a sense of, is how to put these together into like applications. And so we're saying that Office is a platform to build these next generation business applications and business solutions. But people and they buy that, but people are asking the next question, which is how do you architect these solutions? What does the management look like? How do you govern these things? What are the infrastructure implications? How does that change our business models? All of those questions. So first, what I wanted to do was kind of give an overview of what an OBA actually is. What are the different types of OBAs out there? An OBA being an Office business application. My last post, I showed how an OBA is like a composite application, and how you can provide capabilities at various levels, like the presentation and then collaboration, productivity, process, all of those things. And then as we go through this, I'm going to try to show basically three key things. One is how you build solutions. Second thing is what are the capabilities you get to build solutions. And then the third is why would you actually build these things on the Office platform. So why would you choose the 2007 Office system as that platform for your business solutions or your enterprise solutions, and why not just code it from ground up, write code for everything?
And why not?
Well, I think that the platform gives you a lot of rich capabilities. I mean, you get a portal infrastructure straight out of the box. You get workflow capabilities out of the box. You get the ability to tie documents to workflows. You give the ability to your users, to the actual end users of the system, to kind of pull these different information sources together and compose these assemblies of these composite solutions. And so in one sense you're empowering your users to be able to do more, but in the other sense you're also giving more power to the IT guys to actually control what the users do. So you're providing the sandbox to the IT folks, saying, yeah, you can give all these cool capabilities to your users, but only within this box. And you're also being able to tell the users, hey, now that you have this box of tools, you can go off and build these cool solutions. And that way IT is happy because they have control over this process, and users are happy because they can build these kinds of cross-functional solutions that weren't there before. When I talk about how you build these solutions, I'm trying to break the patterns of solution development into a set of buckets of it's high-level patterns, where I say you need to be able to handle business events, you need to be able to handle business rules, you need to be able to handle business process, business performance, how you handle data, documents, how you manage the information channels for people, how you actually handle roles. So if you're a solution provider and you want to build an application that's targeted towards certain roles, and you don't know who the end users are going to be, well, Office provides you a lot of capabilities to do that, and then just ship it. You can then just hand that over to the customer, and they can then actually deploy it and mix and match people, mix and match events and rules and stuff like that. And then in terms of examples, I'm going to show how you apply that framework, so this conceptual framework that I'm building, and then apply that to a simple test case. And so I'll show a set of how-to steps which walk through that process. And then I'll also show a larger example, which is I'll show a reference application pack that we built for supply chain management, and I'll show how that kind of fits this conceptual framework that I'm calling the OBA solution framework. If I look at what our partners are doing, we have folks who are building these really cool, rich visualization tools for Excel, and that's then just becomes an extension to Excel. Then we have folks who kind of take what's there in the Office client and then extend those capabilities to the back end, and so they kind of tie SharePoint and Office together. We see partners who are doing that. We just had a great example. I think Steve Baumer actually demoed this on stage a couple of days ago, where he showed an example from Dassault where they have a product lifecycle management solution built around Office. And then there's the work that we're doing with SAP, which is to tie information from SAP and pull that into Outlook, and then also provide actions and tasks that you can do on that information within Outlook. So you're getting all this decision support within Outlook to take actions on the SAP backend, and that's all within the context of the information that you're currently viewing. So if you happen to look at 5 different kinds of data, 5 different kinds of reports, or other piece of information, when you're looking at one of those things, you'll actually see the set of actions that you can take on that particular piece of information that you're viewing. So in some sense, what I'm trying to show here is that OBAs can enable not just transactional data entry kinds of applications, but they can also provide collaboration, they can also provide decision support, and they can combine these three aspects of decision support, collaboration, and transactional processing and bring them into one application. And that's been missing in the business solution space, I feel.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah, I think so. I think the platform's pretty powerful. We've given a really, really strong set of tools to people to build the next generation of solutions with. And so what I want to do is just give them a conceptual framework to help them build those solutions.
So what kind of things are going to be in your blogathon?
Well, let's see. Let's take a look. This is Live Writer. It's a new tool from the Live team, and it actually helps me write my blog. So I can write my blogs. I can put in images, pictures. I can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. And this will actually connect to my blog, which is on blogs.msdn.com, and I can publish these postings and then make changes to them. And then when I actually go to the blog itself, what I'm doing, which is kind of different from most blogs, is that at the top of each posting, I have a link to an index. So if I look at every posting, I see this link to this index, which is OBA Solution Framework Index. And if I click on that, I get a link. I basically go to a site that I built on Office Live, and that shows the order of my planned postings. And so this just shows all the postings that I plan to do over the next couple of months. And then as I make those postings, I add links from this summary page to the actual postings.
Excellent.
So that way you can easily go from one posting in the blog to that summary just by clicking on this link at the top, and then decide where you want to go next. So in some sense, this blog is the present and then the future. So as I make more and more entries, it'll keep evolving. But then the solution framework index is kind of like the past. It just brings together all the postings that are made and organizes them in one particular way that I think makes sense for people who want more information on this topic. The goal of this is to actually write a book, or a series of white papers which lead to a book. And the choice I had was to sit here in my office and just do that and just write this stuff out and write these papers and then eventually the book, and then go through the normal process of publishing it and distributing it. But I felt that if I do this as a set of blog postings and then I tie them back to this index, then I can get community feedback while I actually write the book. And that way I can make course corrections along the way. I can check to see what kinds of posts interest viewers more. I can use analytics for that and kind of figure out what people are searching for, what kinds of pages on this topic people are landing up more on, and then I can evolve the book in that direction. So it's like writing a book and getting feedback along the way. That's really cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.